These mountains. Although the view brings peace, climbing a mountain or hiking in the mountains can be extremely dangerous. Everything depends on how prepared you are to explore them. Mountains have been the subject of legends for thousands of years, and today we continue to uncover their ancient secrets. Who knows what we will find next? As new discoveries are made, let's take a look at the most interesting things uncovered in the mountains and the most mysterious aspects of these structures. If you are ready, let's get started. Enjoy the show. Kapılıkaya Rock Tomb. The Kapılıkaya Rock Tomb, located in the Çorum region of Turkey, is a historical artifact frequently discussed online these days. Believed to date back to the Hellenistic period, around the 2nd century BC, this ancient tomb is puzzling everyone. While many people assume the tomb belongs to the Roman period, experts are not entirely sure about it. They can only speculate who built it, why it was built, and what it was used for. The entrance of the structure presents a quite unique appearance. It may look like a massive door carved into a rocky protrusion, but don't be deceived, as we are talking about a single facade. Inside, there is a burial chamber just large enough to hold a single body. Quite eerie, isn't it? To reach the tomb, one has to pass through a small square hole, 1 meter high, in the carved door. Additionally, there is a writing on top of the entrance that reads Ikezios. Although no one knows what it means, some think it could be the name of a Greek commander. Moreover, the tomb is open to anyone wishing to visit. You heard it right. Since there are no barriers or guards, everyone who comes to the area is free to explore as they wish. Discovery on the hillside. This drone made a spine-chilling discovery on the slope of a mountain. Even archaeologists have no idea what this giant stone statue is. Could this be a mysterious ancient artifact from a long-lost civilization, or just an old pile of rocks that looks different due to an optical illusion? We leave the decision up to you. Feel free to share your thoughts in the comment section below. Via Ferrata Ivano di Bona. We are embarking on a journey to the Italian Dolomites. If you're an adrenaline junkie seeking the ultimate adventure, the Via Ferrata Ivano di Bona must definitely be on your bucket list. Wondering why? It hosts a suspension bridge that Sylvester Stallone walked on while shooting the movie Cliffhanger. Yes, you heard it right. Rocky himself has taken this brave hike. Since 2016, the gondola providing easy access to the route start is closed, but for adventure seekers, this is nothing but a new escapade. Only those with the courage and endurance to spend a full day at a height of 1,600 meters can ascend the Via Ferrata Ivano di Bona. Upon conquering the first challenge, you'll be rewarded with a stunning 30-meter-long suspension bridge, marking the beginning of an unforgettable journey. The peak you will reach is Monte Cristallo, one of the highest summits in the Dolomites at 3,200 meters. This route is named after the brave explorer Ivano di Bona, who lost his life on the mountain in 1968. The Via Ferrata Ivano di Bona was a significant route for Italian troops during World War I, especially between 1915 and 1917. During the hike, you may come across numerous small hiding places left from shelters and still visible iron climbing equipment along the trail. So, would you like to journey through a piece of history? The secret room of Mount Rushmore. Ready to hear a fascinating secret about Mount Rushmore? You know it's one of the most iconic places on the planet, representing 4 U.S. presidents: George Washington, Thomas Jefferson, Theodore Roosevelt, and Abraham Lincoln. But did you know there's a hidden room here? Located behind the head of Abraham Lincoln, this mysterious chamber was designed to serve as a hall of records holding the entire story of U.S. history. Construction of the legendary structure began in 1927 and halted in 1941. In fact, the sculptor behind the project, Gutzon Borglum, had planned to create a much larger image, accompanying the 4 famous faces. His original plan was to carve a massive stone mural depicting American history, but he found his design to be too complex to release. He abandoned the subject and started working on the Hall of Records, the government-approved Borglum's proposal to Créteil, a secret room filled with America's most important documents. The Hall of Records was supposed to house vital documents like the Declaration of Independence, the Constitution, and the Bill of Rights. In the late 1990s, the project was resumed, and the chamber was finally completed. It was equipped with panels containing American history and Gutzon Borglum's biography, then locked in a titanium vault. The intention is for a society thousands of years in the future to stumble upon this vault and learn more about American history. But don't get too excited, as accessing the room by foot is quite challenging, so settling for the familiar famous faces might be best. Death Steps of Huayna Picchu. Let's embark on a hike towards Huayna Picchu. Also known as Huayna Picchu, this mountain is the peak soaring above the legendary Machu Picchu. If you have a fear of heights or get dizzy easily, a 360-meter climb might not be for you. The summit is perched at a steep angle above the city. This is a complex, challenging, and downright risky journey requiring physical strength, determination, and a lot of courage. So, buckle up and get ready for the journey of your life. The ascent begins at the Sacred Rock, or Roca Sagrada, where you'll encounter dense vegetation, a narrow and steep path, and uneven granite steps. It goes without saying that you need to watch your step at every moment. But don't worry, the view you will see upon reaching the summit will be worth all the effort expended. You might be wondering why Huayna Picchu was built. According to legend, it served as a lookout center for Machu Picchu Castle. The Incas built this castle as they were concerned about possible attacks from other cultures in the region and kept the terrain under surveillance. Today, Huayna Picchu has become an attraction for adventurers from various parts of the world. The daily visitor limit allowed to climb the mountain is restricted to only 400. So, if you want to experience the thrill of your life, it's best to queue up early. Jewels in Mont Blanc. Get your snow boots on and be ready to climb Mont Blanc, the highest mountain in Western Europe. Situated on the border between France and Italy, this majestic peak has had its share of life's tragedy. 2 separate planes belonging to Indian Airlines crashed into the mountain, one in 1950 and the other in 1966. The crash resulted in the loss of all 117 passengers and crew. Come 2013, a French mountaineer stumbled upon something that would change his life forever. He found a box containing precious stones worth about $340,000. It was speculated that the precious stones were on the plane that crashed in 1966. The mountaineer did the right thing and handed over the precious stones to the authorities, as required by French law. Interestingly, when efforts to find the real owners turned up empty, the mountaineer was rewarded with half of the jewels. Here's where things get interesting. Due to global warming, Mont Blanc's Bossons Glacier began to recede, revealing the remaining wreckage from the 1966 crash. Among them were human remains, luggage belonging to passengers, and even a bag carrying diplomatic mail from India. Can you imagine encountering all this heap of history? As for the jewels, all the precious stones were divided into 2 equal parts, and the current value of one part is about $164,000. While the government of the town of Chamonix in France holds one part, the other half was given to the mountaineer who found them. The mountaineer also received high praise from Chamonix Mayor Eric Fournier for his honesty in surrendering the jewels. A masterpiece on the pyramid. Our next stop is Cholula, Mexico. According to legend, this Mexican city has 365 churches, one for each day of the year. but the Iglesia de Nuestra Señora de los Remedios stands out among them all. This is no ordinary church. It's built atop the massive pre-Spanish pyramid of the Great Cholula Pyramid. The total volume of this pyramid is even greater than the Great Pyramid of Giza. Now here's where things get really interesting. It remains a mystery whether the Spanish invaders who came to the area in the 16th century intentionally built the church on an ancient pyramid or just thought it was a hill. In either case, the construction of the church began in 1574, and the building was consecrated in 1629. By the 1800s, excavations began beneath the church. Now you can explore about 8 kilometers of tunnels inside the pyramid for just 46 pesos. Let's not forget the church itself is a true masterpiece. Carved stone and panels gilded with 24-karat gold make the structure all the more valuable. Since 1594, the church has been dedicated to the Virgin Mary and continues to attract visitors from around the world. Exciting pursuit. Ready for a thrilling treasure hunt? Forrest Fenn was not your average antique collector and art dealer. Rather, he was a true adventurer, starting one of history's most epic treasure hunts. The lucky solver would be rewarded with items worth over $2 million. It all started when Forrest was diagnosed with cancer in 1988. He decided to give away his most precious treasure to the world, but not without a challenge. Forrest created a series of complex coded clues, leading treasure seekers to a chest buried somewhere mysterious in the USA. People worldwide became obsessed with finding this challenging chest, rumored to be filled with gold bullions, precious gems, and rare coins. It would take decades for anyone to even get close to the coveted chest. Indeed, Forrest published a book in 2010 named Thrill of the Chase, unveiling some more clues to the chest's location. Even then, it took another 10 years for someone to find Forrest's legendary treasure hidden deep in the wild. Who needs a dull will when you can leave a legacy like Forrest Fenn? He sparked the imagination of treasure hunters around the globe, creating an exciting adventure that will be remembered in history. Prejama Castle. If you haven't heard of Prejama Castle, you're in for a real surprise. Located in a cave complex in southwestern Slovenia, this extraordinary castle truly has a unique ambience. Officially the world's largest cave castle, according to the Guinness Book of Records, Prejama proudly stands on the edge of a 120-meter vertical cliff. This castle has a rich history dating back to 1202 and has hosted some of the most famous and infamous figures in history. According to legend, Erasmus von Lueg stayed one night in this castle. Unfortunately, his troubles with the Habsburgs led to his downfall. After killing the commander of the imperial army, he was killed himself after a long siege. The most interesting part of the legend is that Erasmus was betrayed by one of his own men and was killed by a cannon shot while he was in the toilet. After this event, the castle became the property of Count Michael Coronini von Kronberg and was then sold to the Windischgratz family. The Windischgratz held the property until the end of World War II. As for the features of the castle, there is a courtroom, arsenal, dungeon, several bedrooms, knight's room, dining room, kitchen, and even a torture chamber. Who would call it a castle without a torture chamber anyway? Mysterious Maijishan Caves. Just a stone's throw from the legendary Silk Road, we are about to explore one of China's least appreciated sites, the Maijishan Grottos. This incredible rock-cut architecture is a sight to behold from the Qin dynasty period between AD 364 and 417. Consisting of 194 caves, it is carved into the side of the hill of Maijishan in Tianshui City, China. The Maijishan Grottos host over 7,200 Buddhist sculptures and over 1,000 square meters of murals. Like other magnificent sites such as the Mogao Caves in Dunhuang, the Yungang Grottos in Datong, and the Longmen Grotto is in Luoyang. These caves are considered one of the largest cave systems. But that's not all. The mountain itself is also astonishing. Named Maijishan, meaning wheat stack or grain pile, the 1,700-meter-high mountain could be said to hold the real mystery of the caves. Despite several sandstone sculptures throughout the complex, this sandstone is not native to the mountain. Moreover, its origin is unknown, and to date, no one has discovered how these sculptures were made or transported to the caves. Intriguing, isn't it? Davelis Cave. Even though many hear tales too eerie to venture here, this historical Greek region is a must-visit for the brave traveller. Mount Penteli is not only the source of the marble used in the construction of the Parthenon, but also home to the mysterious Davelis Cave. Legend has it that this cave was once used as a hideout by a group of 19th-century bandits led by a chieftain named Davelis. Some even claim that beneath the cave lies a labyrinth of tunnels leading to the mansion of his lover, a French duchess. While this legend may not hold, the cave is full of surprises. Inside the cave is a rare double Byzantine church dedicated to Saints Spiridon and Nicholas, built directly into the rock. The cave once hosted Christian hermits associated with the Gnostics. Further inside, evidence of worship of the ancient god Pan, including depictions of Pan and his nymphs, is present. But caution is advised, for the cave holds many mysteries and strange sights. Visitors to the cave have reported malfunctioning electronics, water flowing upwards, and sightings of cat-like creatures walking on two legs. If these are not intriguing enough, consider the engravings made by past travellers, including British writers from the 19th and early 20th centuries, found on the cave's left wall. In conclusion, archaeological discoveries in the mountains help us gain a deeper understanding of human history and culture. From ancient civilizations to sacred sites and cemeteries, mountains have revealed numerous artifacts and remains that provide insight into the beliefs, practices and lifestyles of people who lived in the past. We end our video here and leave the floor to you. Thank you for your time. Until next videos, goodbye.